This is the Studio Live AR8C by PreSonus. And we have one question to answer. Does it rock? Let's check that out. And let's answer the big question. Does it rock? Check it out. Alright, that's cool. Let's try something distorted. Shall we? Yeah, let's give it some distortion. Not bad. Let's go back in time. Let's go back to the Queens. Does it rock? You tell. I believe it does. Let's continue with the review. Now, what is so special about this mixer? This is kind of like a Swiss knife of a mixer. It has a lot of functions built in. Let's start with the first one, and the most exclusive one is this capture stereo recorder. I'm actually capturing the audio through this capture stereo recorder directly to an SD card. Why is it so helpful? It's because when you want to podcast, you can simply snag in an SD card, hit record, and get everything nice and clean without the need to connect a computer. When it comes to computers, yes, it has a very powerful USB-C, so as you see I can plug a cable directly into the mixer from my Mac, USB-C interface, and every channel is monitored, so channels 1 to channel 6, each of them have their own stream going to the Mac. In addition, the main output is monitored, so if you want, you can get the mixed output directly to the mixer, or you can get each and every input as it comes from the preamps. Now, back to the computer interface, we also have feedback. We have 4 channels feedback, 2 of them go to the main channel, and the additional 2 channels can be sent to the channel 5 and channel 6. An additional very interesting feature is this Bluetooth interface. This is one of the few mixers I've seen around with a Bluetooth interface, and what it does is very simple. You simply hit the pair button, you pair your own smartphone or your own device, whatever you want to pair, and you get sound directly in the mixer. This is very useful if you are on the go, and let's say you are hosting a show or whatever you are, like on a stage, you want to put some background music, there you go. Simply, no cable needed, you get the sound directly in the mixer. Additionally, this mixer also has a stereo digital effect unit. As you can see, it's very small and is extremely crappy, but what it does is that it can provide some small reverberation, some small echo and some delay for your vocals or for your instruments that you can turn on and off with a foot switch in case you need it. Now, to the most important thing in such a device, the preamp section. This mixer has very good preamps, actually starting from the AR8c version, the USB version which came out this year. They added the XMAX preamp, which are Class A preamp for the microphone, and they sound amazing. They are extremely flat, but they have a very vibrant sound. And when you pass them through your computer, you get them before the fader, they are extremely quiet. When they go through the whole equalization chain, you get very nice sound, and you don't even need any extra effect unit to get decent podcasting like I'm doing right now. Moving on, we have 4 of these very nice preamps, microphone preamps. They also have an additional instrument switch which turns on additional 10 dB of gain. This is kind of like a built-in DI box, so you can plug in your own instrument and get directly good quality sound without the need for using external amplification devices. Channel 3 and 4, 5 and 6 are stereo channel, and interestingly enough, we come again to the versatility of this mixer, because yes, you can plug in an additional mixer here, you can plug a keyboard, but you can also use it if you're a DJ, because each of these channels has its own fader and it has a pre-FL switch, so you can decide whether you want to send this to the headphones or not. So, and also the EQ is built in, so this is very useful if you want to have two, for example, turntables plugged in and mix between them. Again, very flexible solutions here. Now, each channel has an aux and an FXN, so we can send different outputs to these two channels compared to the main mix. The FX channel is normally wired to the stereo digital effects, but you can plug in your own external FX unit, and the auxiliary channel is wired to this aux output. The main outputs, as you see, are two balanced output, and you have the control room, which is unbalanced. Each of them has its own volume. As you can see, this is the main volume. This is the control room volume. This is the auxiliary volume. This is the FX volume. And we have the PFL master volume in case you use the PFL function. Each channel has also a very handy mute button to disable it in case you want to plug in and plug out some cables, or in case you are simply not using it. Of course, we have the phantom power in case you're plugging in a condenser mic. And also an additional feature we have is that this channel 7/8 actually has both an RCA input and a mini jack input, and they can be used at the same time, which actually extends the number of channels we can use at the same time to more than just 8 advertised. We can go 10 channels analog plus an additional channel which can be the USB, the SD card, and the Bluetooth. So it's actually a lot of channels at your fingertips and a lot of different routing options. Now, each product comes with its own pros and cons. When it comes to this mixer, the pro is obviously the amount of features built in. The cons is that all these features come with extra weight, and this thing is weighing more than 3 kg. So definitely you can find more compact mixer having 8 channels. Now, another problem I noticed is that whenever you change on the USB interface the sampling rate, you hear a small click. This is not a big deal. Normally you start with a given sample rate and you end with the same sample rate, but it can be annoying in case you use this as a playback device. Lastly, one thing I really didn't like is this built-in stereo digital effect unit, which in my opinion is simply crap. It's not at the level of the rest of the mixer. But in my opinion, honestly, if you want to get nice effects, you better plug in a computer and use a VST there. It's better, it's cheaper than having a built-in high-quality effect processor. And if you want to go analog, simply plug in a cable to the FX unit and get it done this way. All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review. It was a pleasure for me to play around with this little mixer. I really enjoyed it. I think I will use it more for my podcast to record the audio for YouTube. Subscribe if you like the video, leave me a like, leave a comment with what you think about it, and hear you in the next one. Thanks for watching.